Ozzy Osbourne and his breakthrough band Black Sabbath became the defining force in hard rock and metal, influencing practically everyone who came next.
The world is a vampire.
I never get tired of Black Sabbath.
I'm way into Black Sabbath.
If there hadn't been any Black Sabbath, there wouldn't be any grunge.
Black Sabbath.
But Ozzy Osbourne wasn't to everyone's taste.
I saw 17,000 kids that raised their hands like this, which is the sign of the devil, as you know. And they said, Ozzy, Ozzy.
I've been tried, convicted, served my time, and I'm still condemned in it.
Though feeling cursed by his own image as an evil menace, controversy is what helped to make Ozzy Osbourne a star.
If you want to be successful in rock and roll, you have to create controversy.
Publicity is what makes the whole machine work.
But as the Osbourne machine worked in overdrive, Ozzy himself was cracking at the core.
I was born with fear. I fear the fact that I'm frightened.
A booze and drug abuser.
I was born an addict.
A self-destructive showman.
I'm like a kamikaze pilot. I mean, on my 17th successful mission, you know.
Ozzy Osbourne dealt with insurmountable loss. His first marriage, his first band, his best friend, and his own health.
My wife said, you don't have to kill yourself. But I'm actually, but Sharon, I'm Ozzy.
But under the eerie exterior is the heart of a family man.
My daddy's Ozzy. He's a famous pop star. I love you, Daddy, very much.
Now, the Ozzy you thought you knew.
All I ever think about is that I force kids to commit suicide through my music. I'm a devil worshipper. I bite the heads of bats and dogs. It's all true. No.
And the Ozzy he wants you to know.
Below all this crap that you hear about me, there is a guy that sings or tries to.
This is the story of Ozzy Osbourne. 100 million albums sold, half of those with Black Sabbath and half all on his own. The first heavy metal star to sell $50 million worth of merchandise alone.
I love you, Ozzy!
Ozzy Osbourne is a legend in his own time, but not in his own mind.
I've been called the Queen Mother of Metal, the Godfather of Metal, the living legend, the infamous legendary Ozzy Osbourne. I look in the morning and go, you know, son, you're a living legend. I say, stupid, you know.
Ozzy, and the reason we love him, is that he is still John Michael Osbourne. He is still that hometown guy.
For 40 years, he's relentlessly toured the whole world, bringing the Ozzy Show to millions and millions of devoted fans.
The feeling I get when it's going as it should be on stage is the feeling of the greatest love affair that I've ever had in my life. It's better than any woman, any drug, any alcohol, any movie. It's not like them and me, it's like us together. You join Ozzy's band for a night, and the wilder I go, the wilder I go.
That's his environment. When he's up on stage, that's his world. That's where he is comfortable. He's on automatic.
That's what he does, and that's what people love about him.
Ozzy fans love the show, the man, and of course, the music.
The music is number one, you know, and whatever comes along after the music is an added attraction, added treatment. There's a book out called Everything You Need to Know about being a rock and roll star. There was one chapter that was called Talent, you know. I missed that one chapter called Talent. You can't read a book about how to become one. You either got to have the magic or you haven't.
A lot of bands took a chapter out of the Ozzy Osbourne story, citing Sabbath and its original lead singer as their #1 influence in metal mastering.
You see every once in a while where I live, in my room, we have official Black Sabbath Day. We put on the first 6 Black Sabbath CDs in chronological order at really horrific volume. Have you ever been killed?
Have I ever been killed?
Yeah.
By music?
Well, have you ever been murdered?
No, not yet.
Well, it's kind of like that for like about 7 hours. But it's cool though, because when it's over, you kind of can't wait till it's Black Sabbath Day in your room again. So yeah, I'm way into Black Sabbath.
There's been an interesting reevaluation of Sabbath's influence on rock history, and it is profound. I mean, everything from death metal to Metallica.
When I first heard Black Sabbath, I thought, wow, this is really cool. And, for the next 6 months, everything I wrote sounded like Black Sabbath.
To grunge, to the White Stripes.
The world is a vampire.
I pretty much still listen to Black Sabbath. That's pretty much the one constant. I'm still listening to Black Sabbath. That never changes. I never get tired of Black Sabbath.
If Sabbath didn't exist, none of the bands I've ever played in would exist.
Oh, make me over.
All these bands owe something to what Sabbath was doing in the early 1970s. That sludgy, dark, minor key, menacing, evil stuff. It was powerful back then, but it was almost cartoonish to some people. So outside of a select few, it was maybe dismissed. But as time has gone on, people realize exactly how powerful and how influential that sound, that approach, that image was.
People would say, you guys sound kind of like Sabbath, and I'd be like, well, I've never heard of them.
When you talk about what Ozzy's influence on rock and roll is, you're kind of like saying, what's the influence of Mother Nature on the world?
If Ozzy Osbourne was a flavor of ice cream, it would be something with chewy pieces in it. Because I feel like his voice gives me a lot to swallow.